So this is like, it's a little, oh god, this is weird. I don't like talking to nobody. I've had like a lot of questions from like, a lot of different people while I've been here, and so I decided I would do a question and answer video. So I actually wasn't expecting a lot of questions, but I got a lot more than I had planned, so this is going to be a longer video than I had originally thought. That's okay. So I have been in Romania for just over 2 weeks. I left Michigan August 29th, and then I got here, well, I flew into Budapest, Hungary, and I got there like 9:30 in the morning on August 29th. So I've been here for a good like 2.5 weeks, and a lot of people keep like asking me like a bunch of these different questions, so I was just like, you know, we're just gonna put it in a video and then people can get their questions answered and everything else. So I'm just gonna start from the top. Right at the top of my list is it's actually from Ali, and Ali, you asked if I missed you. Yes, I miss you very much, but I'm sure Chile is amazing. Romania is amazing, and it's just hard being so far away from you because time zones, man, they make it difficult. So we're just gonna go from the top, and they might be in just like a random order because I just wrote them down as they came in, and I didn't bother to organize them, so they're just in a random order. And I didn't write down who they were from, so just a bunch of different questions, I guess. Okay, first question is it weird living with a family you don't really know? Not really. I thought it would be kind of weird at first, but they were very welcoming. They don't speak a ton of English, but we get by. It's a lot of charades, a lot of laughing. They welcomed me right away, so it wasn't really weird. They picked me up from the airport, and I had like a huge sign. Well, they had a huge sign for me, so I wasn't lost at the airport. I have my host mom, my host dad, and then I have my my host brother. And the only thing weird about it, I guess, is that I've never had a little brother, and he's not little. Arthur isn't little, but he's younger than me, so like I guess he's my little brother. I don't know how to put that in words, but that's a little weird, I guess. It's just really different from like for those of you who know me, I have like a little sister, Chloe, and so it's really weird like going from a little sister to a brother, I guess. But that's pretty much it. It's really not weird. It's not difficult to fit in if you have a family that's like really welcoming and they want to help you. Number 2, are you still a vegetarian? Yes. I thought it would be a little hard just because my family didn't know about it before I got here, and I thought like there'd be a lot of meals with meat that I'd have to like eat around it, I guess, but they're actually really nice about it, and they make a lot of meals without meat, so that's really, really nice. Yesterday, actually, I broke my vegetarian rule. There's this traditional Romanian food, and it's called mici, and it's like Romanian sausage, I guess, but everybody was like, Carly, you have to try this, like it's so good, like it's so worth it, it's like real Romanian food, like you have to go for it. It's like, you know what, fine, I'll try one, say that I've had it. And they're just like sausages like this big, right? And so I ate one, and it was good. Like the flavor, like it was good, but immediately after, my stomach was like, like I haven't eaten meat in such a long time that like my stomach just hated me. So that's pretty much it. But yes, I am still vegetarian, and I plan on staying vegetarian while I'm here. Time change, and I jet lagged. So the time change from Michigan to Romania is 7 hours, so I'm 7 hours ahead. It took me a good 2 weeks to like get used to it, I guess. I was super jet lagged for a really long time. I flew when I flew here, I flew overnight, and I tried sleeping, but I got maybe like 3 hours of sleep because it's a plane, right? And people are like up and walking, and I was in the aisle seat, so like the people inside had to like get out, and they were like, sorry to wake you, but like I need to get out. And I was like, so I got like 3 hours of good sleep. And then I got to the airport, my host family picked me up, and it was like a 3-hour drive from Budapest to my city, Arad. And I slept pretty much the entire way. And I felt bad afterward because I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, like, this is so bad. Like, I just met my host family, and I literally slept. Like, I was just like, I was out. And then I got here, and they like showed me around. They brought me to a pizza place, and then we went home, and they showed me to my room, and I was pretty much like, yeah, I'm gonna go back to bed. Like, I'm sorry, but I'm tired. And so I slept again, and then I was up until like 5 a.m. Romania time because like the time difference. So like 5 a.m. here, it feels like what, like 10 o'clock back home. So I was like all mixed up for about a week, and then school started, and it was the worst thing ever trying to like get up and focus in school when, you know, I was like so out of it. But I'm better now. It's pretty good. School is still rough just because it's like the first week, right? Just getting up for school, I guess, just not used to waking up that early. How hot does it get here? Since I've been here, most days have been like 25 to 30, I guess, during the day. Celsius, which is like 75 to 85, I guess, like somewhere around there. So it gets like decently hot. My room is like the hottest in the house, I swear. So it gets really hot in here, but I have like a little air conditioning thing up there, and it's on right now because it's hot. So that's nice, but then the nights get colder, like anywhere from like 16 to 20. And so I open up a window, and then it like cools my room down, and it makes it easier for me to sleep. Weirdest food I've tried. So there's this food, and it's called mamaliga, and we had it. There's like a bunch of different ways to make it, I guess, but my host dad made it with cheese for me. So it was, I don't even know how to describe it. It's weird, but it's really good. And it was like, it kind of looked like a casserole. And so like it was in this big dish. And then it was like mamaliga layer, cheese, mamaliga, and then topped with cheese. And it was so good. I ate so much of it. Like 10 out of 10 would recommend it if you can get it. It's amazing. Biggest difference between Romania and the US? I don't even know. the houses are really, really different. I know that sounds weird, but like the houses here are made of concrete, and it's I don't know how to describe it. We went, me and Arthur went for a bike ride last week, and we like biked through a section of town where houses were getting built, and they were all concrete. And I was like, what's up with the concrete houses? And he goes, what are your houses made out of? I was like, wood, like, I don't know, not concrete. And he was like, what? Like, how do you stay warm? And I was like, insulation. Like, I don't know, it works. But that was weird. Another thing, it might just be like a family thing, I guess, or like it might be like all of Romania. I'm not really sure, but they wear like shoes, like slippers in the house, and it's weird because whenever I'm home, I usually like go barefoot or like just with socks, right? But I'm like, I have to wear shoes in the house at all times, and it's different. It's weird. Sometimes I'll be like halfway down the stairs and I'll be like, oh shoot, I forgot my sandals upstairs. Like, let me run back. So that's weird. That was kind of hard to get used to. I'm still not getting used to it. One of the more frequently asked questions is, how is it going? It's going pretty good. Don't really have any complaints yet. We're doing good. Like 2.5 weeks in. Like so yeah, nothing really big or exciting has happened. It's good. It's really good. It's really, really good. How's exchange in Romania? I don't know how to compare it to other places because obviously I haven't been on exchange in other places, but I'm with Rotary, and so like Rotary has districts all over the world, and I guess like from my district back home in Michigan to district here, it's really, really different. They run things differently. Rotary meetings are a lot smaller. It's still pretty boring, I guess. I don't know, it's more boring here because they talk in Romanian, right? And I don't understand it. I don't know, it's nice. It's really laid back. My like Rotary president is cool. But he like, whenever he talks to me, he only talks in Romanian, and I just kind of sit there like, dude, I have no idea what you're saying. But so that's okay, I guess. It's okay. It's really, really nice. It's not like a huge country, but it's a decent sized country, and there are only like 17 exchange students in the entire country. So it's not like with a bunch of other exchanges where like if they go to a big city, there's like 20 of them in the same city. No, there's one other girl in my city, and that's it. That I know of, at least. I don't think anybody else in the country has somebody in their city, but I'm not entirely sure. So it's weird not having like a ton of exchange students to like be able to talk to and like reach out to. So that's kind of different, I guess, because, well, at least back in Michigan, like there were a bunch of exchange students everywhere, and like nowhere was really far to go. But like if I want to go see one of my friends or like another person from exchange who's like an inbound in Romania, unless I want to see Savannah, who lives like a 5-minute walk from me, I have to drive like hours and hours to get to like the nearest person. So that's really weird, I guess. Do I have any friends yet? Yeah, I do. I made friends, I know. Um, so the first person I met who was Romanian, who like actually lived here. Not like I met Savannah first, but she's the other exchange student. Um, the first person I met was her parents are like friends with my host parents. So my host mom called up her mom and it's pretty much like, hey, can Francesca come over and like meet Carly, make her feel like welcomed and stuff. So this girl, her name is Francesca. Her name is Francesca. She came over and I got to meet her before school started, so that was really nice. And she was in my class, so it was really nice to like have somebody like with me and somebody I knew, so I wasn't going into it like completely blind. Um, she's really really nice. She has like a bunch of questions, like a lot of people do, about the states, but like I said, it was just really really nice of her to like come over and introduce herself to me, and then she showed me around town, and she like did a couple things for me, and like it was just really really nice, you know, to have somebody before I went into school, so I wasn't like completely blindsided by like, oh my god, so many people who like don't speak English, and then like I have no idea where I'm going, so it was just nice. Biggest difference school wise, my school here is like a palace, like it's big and it's super confusing and it's so so pretty, but I have no idea where I'm going ever. Like I couldn't even tell you like which way to kind of go. And it's actually like it's really confusing because the first day of school I waited outside the school for Francesca to come because she said she would meet me and then show me where like our class was. And I was just kind of like standing there, you know, just like waiting for her to come because I was there like really really early. And another girl walks up and she just starts like speaking in Romanian to me, and like I just and then she like finishes and I'm like, I'm American and I didn't understand a word you just said. And she goes, oh, and then she just walks away. I was like, okay, bye. So that's weird. That's happened more than once where people have just like come up to me and like asked me questions and it like whoom, right over my head. But anyway, school here is structured really really different. I think I have like 15 to 17 classes, and I don't know, American school is you get your schedule and then that is like that is your schedule for like at least the semester, right? And like your schedule is different from everybody else's schedule, so nobody has the exact same schedule as you, so you have like different people in every class, I guess. Like you're on your own pretty much. Like you go from class 214 to class like 113 and you just find your way around like that. But here before the kids get into high school, they take a test and it pretty much like determines like, oh, you're in, you know, 11A or 11B or 11C, D, you know, all those things. And so like they take these tests and then they're in like if you're in 11 like C, you're in 11C the entire time of high school. And so like that's kind of weird. And then I got put into 11F, which is like a physiology class, right? And it's like the same, I don't really know how many people are in the class, but it's like 30-ish, you know, maybe a little less. But like it's like that amount of people in your class, and then that whole class moves from room 78 to room 14 like all day long. Like you're with the same group of people all day long. So that's really weird, but it also makes it easier for like making friends because you don't have to like like try to meet new people every time you like try to find a new class. And it also makes it really, really easy to not get lost because, you know, like bell rings, we walk out the door, and then you just follow the other people because they know where they're going. And you're like, awesome. Like you pick a head, and then you're like, I'm gonna follow this head to our next class, and then you never get lost. So that's really, really nice. So I haven't gotten lost yet. People have been really, really nice to me. So yeah. Something different but cool. Oh gosh, what's really different but cool? I don't know. School, like I said, it's just really different. I have um, like 15 different classes or something like that, and school, it isn't like 7 hours every day. It's like schedules for everybody like differ. So like me and my host brother have like a different schedule on like when we get out of class, I guess. So like each class are an hour, and you get like 10-ish minutes in between each class, unless it's like the long break, then you get 20. There's no lunch hour, or like lunch half an hour or whatever. People just like everybody brings food, but you pretty much just eat it whenever like there's a break. So there isn't like a designated time to eat, and there isn't really like a cafeteria. I mean, there is, but like nobody has ever gone down there, at least not that I've seen. So that's weird. But then also like Mondays and Tuesdays I have 5 classes. I only have 5. So I start at 8, and then I get out at like 1. And then Wednesdays and Fridays I have 6 hours, so I get out at 2. And then Thursdays I have 7 hours, and like that's how long you're normally in school for, right? But it's like it just seems really, really long because you have 7 hours of like classes just back to back to back to back. And it's weird because I have like 4 classes of English, and then but they're like on different days. But then like one day I have like Romanian English, just like back to back to back to back. So that's weird. But like it's cool, I guess, because then like you never really get bored with the classes you're taking, because it's not like the same thing every day for however many days school is, like 180 or something like that. How did you become an exchange student? So I'm here through Rotary, and my mom is a Rotarian. So when I expressed like interest in wanting to do it, she was like, "Oh, you know, Rotary does something like that. Like let me talk to Joni, who is my counselor like back home in the States." And everybody like Rotary, it's like districts. So my district in Michigan covers like, I don't know, like half of Michigan, something ish, and then it goes up into like parts of Canada. And it's like governed by like your district governor, but then there are like Rotary clubs in most cities, and there's always a person who is in charge of the youth exchange. So like get to know them, get to know like what it's about, and then there's like a ton of application to do. Like it took such a long time. But it was pretty much just like, oh, you're interested in becoming an exchange student. Here's like the preliminary application, and it was pretty much just like we want to know about you, like what you're interested in, like what do your grades look like how good of a student are you, and then you do like a an interview with some other Rotarians, and then they pretty much like decide whether you're like good enough to go on exchange, right? And I mean, obviously they thought I was good enough to go on exchange because here I am. But so you do that, and then if they like accept you, then you go to a conference. At least my district does. We went to a conference where it was more applications and more interviews, which I had to buy like dresses and skirts and nice clothes for, because I don't own any of that stuff. And they're like, you're dressing to impress. Like, if you don't impress us, we could kick you out. And so I was like, so I bought a bunch of new clothes, and I was really, really intimidated going into it, but it actually wasn't bad at all. A lot of like the road techs are in the room with you, so they're like the ones asking questions, and it really wasn't bad. And then the year before, that's another question I got. The year before, so it was that pretty much, and then after the November conference one with all like the really big application, and then like the really important interviews, they send you an email, and they're pretty much like, hey, like you're accepted or you're not accepted. I mean, most people get accepted, let's be honest. I think almost everybody got accepted my year, so like anyway, so I got accepted, and then as part of like my application that I turned in November, there you have like a list of all the countries that you can go to, and then you pretty much check like yes or no. So like yes, I'll go to Romania, or no, I will not go to Romania, you know. And then you give them a list of like your top 5, and so my top 5 were Finland, Italy, Spain, Romania, and then Croatia. And it takes them a really, really long time to determine like which country you're going to go to. And so by the time I found out which country I was going to, by the time I found out I was going to Romania, it was January or February, I want to say. And then after that, you go to Canada for a weekend long conference, and you do like a lot of fun stuff there. And the conferences are like the outbounds, which was me like last year, the people who are going out to different countries, and then the inbounds, who are the people in country. So like I'm an inbound now, but like last year I was an outbound. I don't know if that makes sense, but so you get to meet a lot of people. I met people from all over the world, and then I have people from all over Michigan who are now out, and they're like some of my closest friends. I'm not gonna lie, they are so amazing. They're like the most amazing people. The people that you meet in exchange it's so amazing, just because you get so many different views, and you get to meet people from like all over the world, and it's just something that like you never really get to experience if you're not part of it, I guess. But so they did like a lot of that. They did a lot of like preparing us for exchange, a lot of rules. Like these conferences were a lot of rules. I was required to go to some Rotary like luncheons and stuff, but for the most part it was just really, really nice. I still am in touch with everybody from my district who are like out. We have like a big group chat, so it's like you never really lose contact with these people, and they're the people who like understand what other exchange students are going through. So it's nice in that regard to like, if you have a question or if you have a concern, or if you want to like tell a story about like what happened in your Rotary district, you go to these people who are out in other places too. Exchanging money. It was weird. It was really simple. I was out with Francesca, right, the day that she came over. We were out in the city, and there was like a bunch of just different places that like said just like exchange your money here, and I was like, hey, I have like $40, can you help me exchange this? And so she took care of that for me, which was really, really nice. So now I have Romanian leu, which I can use here because they don't accept US dollars. So that was actually super simple. Language barrier. Most of the people my age know English, like they're required to take English classes, so nobody is really like I can talk to most everybody my age, but a lot of my teachers don't speak English, or like the little bit they speak like a little bit, but not enough to like explain to me the school, like the what they're teaching. Yeah. So a lot of times in school I'll just sit there in class, and then normally somebody will like translate a little bit to me, but like I don't do much in school because I don't understand Romanian yet, and I can't read it and I can't write it, so there's really not much for me to do. How was packing? Packing was terrible. It took me such a long time because I was so stressed, and then the week before I went on vacation, so like it was really, really difficult. What did I pack that I didn't need? Scrunchies. Anybody who knows me knows I use a ton of scrunchies. I have so many, and I decided that I needed them all. So I have like 15 scrunchies here just sitting on my desk that I like don't really need, but I brought them anyway. So just like think before you pack. Think like, are you actually going to need this? Like if I would have asked myself, Carly, do you actually need all these scrunchies? The answer would have been no, but I wanted to bring them, so I brought them. And I mean, like, it's really not a big deal if you have enough room in your suitcase, but then you also have to think of like, you're here for an entire year. Like, you're gonna go shopping at some point, right? So just be conscientious. Think about what you're packing, because you're gonna want some like extra space in your suitcase for like things that you buy here that you can like bring home. And so don't pack 15 scrunchies because it's not worth it. They took up a lot of space in my suitcase, and I'm not gonna leave them here, so they have to go back in my suitcase. So just think before you pack. God, we still have so many questions. We're like 30 minutes. This is gonna be like an hour video. Oh, well, I mean, how to do it. I kind of already explained that. Get in contact with your Rotary Club. Even if it's something that you're not really like 100% on board with, if you're even like kind of curious about it, go on to like Rotary website or like Rotary Youth Exchange, or like find another like program that does it, because if you're even thinking about it, it's worth looking into, and it's worth like seeing how to do it and seeing like other people's point of views, because it's honestly the best thing I could have ever done for myself. Just like the year before was honestly amazing, and I loved every minute of it, and now I'm actually on exchange and it's even better. So even if like you have just like the smallest like, oh, like it seems like I might want to do this but I'm not really sure, check it out, because I like 100% recommend it. It's not for everybody, but like if you like traveling and you like new things and you like challenges, look into it, because it is amazing. I love it here. We did food. How am I doing? I'm doing pretty good. Is there a homesick? Oh, have you been homesick yet? So this is gonna kind of tie into it. Yes, I was homesick. What was it? Last weekend? I'm pretty sure it was like last weekend before school started. I don't really know like what brought it on. It was really, really weird, and it was just 2 nights in a row it wasn't during the day, it wasn't in the morning, it was just like when I got in bed to go to sleep, it was just like it kind of all hit me at once, like, oh my god, I'm in a different country, like I want to talk to my mom, like I honestly, I just wanted my mom and I didn't know what to do about it, and I've never been homesick in my life, so it was such like a weird experience for me. But it was like I was in tears, I'm not gonna lie. I FaceTimed my mom and we were talking for a little bit, and then I was like, Mom, I miss you. And it was like waterworks in my bed. And I was like, so, like, what's going on with me? Like, and I'm pretty sure a lot of it was like lack of sleep. I'm in a different country. I had a really stressful week before I got here, you know? And it's just, it happens to everybody and it's gonna happen at like different times. But for me, it was like right away. And it was just like kind of that thing where like something happened to you that day and you want to tell like someone about it. And for me, I like normally tell my mom about it. And my mom wasn't here and I couldn't tell her. And it just kind of was like, oh my gosh, like I'm actually doing this. But it was better in the mornings. I haven't felt homesick since then. A big part of like avoiding homesickness is keeping really, really busy. Um, Try not to stay like in your room for too long. Um, don't like if someone like offers to bring you out, say yes. Like go out, go enjoy something. If your host family is like going for a drive or they're going shopping, go shopping with them or go for a drive with them. Like really nothing bad can come out of it, and it'll like keep you busy so you're not really thinking about home as much. Do you feel like you fit in with your host family? Um, Kind of. I don't know. They're very, very different from my own family, so it's weird, but a lot of exchange is just like adapting to your surroundings, and like you can't really expect the family you're living with to adapt to you because you're the foreigner in a different country. You kind of have to like make the best out of things and then try to like fit in that way. But I think as time goes on, I get like more comfortable with my family. Like I used to like only eat food when my like family was eating food, and now I eat food like whenever, which is bad because exchange students gain weight, and you know I haven't stopped eating since I got here, so that's not good. But so it takes time, and you're not gonna feel very comfortable at first because you are in a different country and it is really weird, but it gets better. I promise it does. I kind of described what my school day looks like. It's a lot of me sitting around reading on my phone. Best advice, go for it. Don't really, this is for like future exchangers or like people out on their exchange right now. Just go for it. Don't really like worry too much about it beforehand because like you're gonna hit road bumps and it's gonna be like the hardest year of your life, but it's also gonna be the best at the same time. So you just kind of have to like go with the flow and be very, very flexible because like Rotary will say like, hey, we promise you you're gonna get like your number one choice or something like that. But I know people who, you know, they didn't even get like one of their top 5 choices, and like I personally got bumped down to my 4th. But you just have to like remember that like this is like an important year for you, and it doesn't matter where you go. Like a lot of people have and like in their minds like, I'm gonna go to Spain and I only want to go to Spain and I'm gonna throw a fit if I get anywhere but Spain, and then they end up getting somewhere else but Spain, and then they make it harder on themselves, and then they kind of like ruin their own exchange because they're going into it not happy with the country. If you get bumped down from your top choice or you get like completely knocked off your top 5, you have to like remember that like not everybody gets what they want, and like it's like you're seeing the world, you're experiencing a whole different culture. Like you just kind of have to like be okay with not getting exactly what you want, because like exchange is different for everybody, but you just kind of have to like accept that one person's exchange is not going to be yours. So if one person has like the best time and like they're in like Barcelona, Spain or something like that, and they have like the best year of their entire life, and then you're going to like Ecuador or something like that, it's going to be completely different. You're on like other sides of the world. Like you can't expect it to be the same. And I feel like a lot of people are like, how was your exchange? Like, what was it like for you? And then they hear that, and that's what they expect. And you can't do that. If you're gonna do an exchange, you have to like, don't think about like your expectations. I don't want to say like not have expectations for your exchange, because everybody's going to, but don't compare it to other people's exchange, because it'll just make yours harder for you. Was it difficult to make friends? No, people were very welcoming. They want to know a lot about me and like what the States are like, and then a lot of people are actually like trying to teach me Romanian, which is really, really nice of them, because I know nothing. So that's really nice. They're really understanding. It wasn't hard at all for me to make friends. Back to like something different. The windows are weird, and like door handles, I guess, too. But like in the States, we have windows that like you slide them up, right, and then they stay up. Here, there's like a door handle, and it's like facing this way, and then you turn it this way, and it pulls out like this, right? And then if you turn it up, so like if this is normal, and then you turn it all the way up, it like folds out a little bit. I don't know how to explain it. They're really, really weird. And my host brother was like, how do your windows work? Like, you push them up and then they stay. It's like magic. I'm like, dude, I don't question how windows work, but yours are weird. Like, the windows here are different. And he was like, no, our windows here work, yours are weird. I'm like, okay, whatever. So that was different. Do I think I will gain weight? I mean, probably, with the way I've been eating. Everything here is so good. And like, it's just a fact that like exchange students normally will gain a little bit of weight, because you're in a new country and you have like all this like traditional food that is just amazing, and it's so good, and people are like, oh no, you have to try this, like you're a real Romanian if you try this. And so you eat it and it's so good, and then you want more of it. Like, it's not even like pizza. There's like a pizzeria down the street from where I live, and I've never had pizza that is that good, and that is all I want to eat ever. And I've only been there once, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go back today, even if I'm alone. Like, I'm like, pizza is all I ever want to eat. But then they have Nutella, and it's so good, and the peanut butter is different, but it's like, it's better. All the pastries are amazing. They have real gelato, and I kid you not, I spent 5 lei on, it's 5 lei on a little, it was, I kid you not, probably like this big around of gelato, and it was so good. And I will never regret buying that expensive of ice cream ever, because it was amazing. So I eat so much food, and I mean, like, I probably will gain a little bit of weight, but we're gonna watch it, because I don't want to come home fat. What do I normally do? What does like a day without school look like for me? It depends. Sometimes I just sit here. Sometimes I read. I literally just made friends like this week, I guess. So I haven't really been out with a lot of friends. Last night I went out though. That was nice. I really liked that. when I'm home and like I have nothing else to do, I will either watch TV because Netflix here, I I have my account, well it's not mine, it's my mom's, but like I mooch off of it, right? Um, it's like different, like different countries have different kinds of Netflix, I guess. So I have like different shows, and so I started watching a new show and I've like been binge watching it. So I either do that or I read, and I have read 4 books in the 2 weeks that I've been here. So if I'm really bored, that's kind of just like what I do. That's what my day looks like. I don't know. It's not very exciting. I bike to school. I bike or I walk to school, which is nice because that's a little bit of exercise. That's about it for that one. Last question. What'd you do for a phone plan? Before I left, I asked a bunch of like of the people who were in my district who were inbounds like last year who had gone home. I was like, hey, like, do you have any advice on like what I should do for my phone plan? And the most common answer I got was get a phone that is like 100% unlocked, and then wherever you go you can like just get a phone plan and then like a new SIM card and just put the SIM card into your phone so you don't have to worry about getting a phone there. So I bought a new iPhone. Well, it wasn't new. I bought myself a phone, and then it was completely unlocked, and I got here and my host dad brought me to the store, and he took care of the whole thing for me, which is really, really nice of him. And he got me like a data plan pretty much, and then I just put the SIM card into my phone and called it good. So that was really nice. It depends on like your host family, I guess, but some people have to pay for their own their own phone plan, but my family paid for mine, so that was really nice. But with Rotary, you get a what is it? What do I want to call it? Like a monthly allowance. And so for me, they gave me like 75 like dollars, but it was in lei. So I got like 300 something or another lei. So that's kind of like my spending money, I guess. Like I'm allowed to use that whenever. Yeah, so that was pretty much it, and those are all my questions. So if you have any more, I'll probably do this like a question and answer video every once in a while just to like let people know how I'm doing or something. But if you have any questions, just like shoot me a text or Snapchat or an Instagram or a Facebook or something like that. And then yeah, so those were all my questions. You're welcome.